And Joe Biden formally introduced several new cabinet nominees, including some familiar faces from his time as vice president. Meanwhile, President Trump is hopeful the Supreme Court will hear a lawsuit meant to block votes in several states Mr. Biden won. Natalie Brand is in Wilmington, Delaware, with more.
Fresh off their selection as Time Magazine Person of the Year, President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris presented several more cabinet nominees.
Vice President-elect Harris and I knew we'd have our work cut out for us when we got elected, but we also knew we could build a team that would meet this unique and challenging moment in American history.
The picks include some former Obama administration officials, also House Ways and Means Committee trade lawyer Katherine Tai for U.S. Trade Representative and Ohio Congresswoman Marcia Fudge for HUD Secretary.
The job I'm asking you to do, Congresswoman, is critically important to everything that the Vice President and I believe is how we're going to build back better.
Before the event here in Delaware, Senator Harris went to Capitol Hill for a procedural vote ahead of the Senate's passage of a defense bill and a one-week funding measure to avert a government shutdown.
This sets the stage for a funding showdown next week over a government spending bill and COVID relief. At the White House, President Trump referred to a Biden administration in a tweet as a, quote, scandal-plagued mess and called on the Supreme Court to save the USA.
The president's legal team is obviously doing everything they can. They would like to be able to argue before the Supreme Court.
The High Court could decide by the end of the day whether to hear a Texas case that seeks to block electoral votes in 4 battleground states Mr. Biden won. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Wilmington, Delaware.
This morning, a judge rejected the Trump's campaign's challenge to the Wisconsin election results and reaffirmed Biden as its winner by more than 20,000 votes. And a busy Friday for the Senate sees 2 key pieces of legislation pass. The Senate passed the National Defense Authorization Act with a veto-proof majority. President Trump had threatened to veto the bill, pushing for the repeal of Section 230, a rule that governs internet providers. The Senate also passed a 1-week government funding extension as Congress rushes to reach spending and coronavirus relief deals. The measure heads to the president's desk, where he will need his signature by Saturday to prevent a government shutdown. And Harvey Weinstein's extradition to California to face sexual assault charges is postponed. The convicted movie producer remains in a New York prison, serving a 23 sentence for rape and sexual assault convictions involving 2 women. Weinstein faces similar charges in California involving 5 women, but movement on those charges is delayed. This morning, a Buffalo, New York judge agreed to postpone Weinstein's extradition hearing to April 9th due to the worsening coronavirus pandemic. And coming up on Valley News Live at 4, you might want to brace yourself. There's a cookie shortage this holiday season. We'll have the details next.